We take a look at what's next after Prop 50 passed.
Also, we look at the elections at the national viewpoint.
And we see what it's like in Fresno during election night. One of our reporters was at election headquarters. All this and more coming up on Fresno State Focus.
Welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Isaac Marquez.
And I'm Riley Nardo. This is a big day in our state and across the country after yesterday's special election. California voters passed Proposition 50, allowing the redistricting of the state's congressional map. 8 million California voters voted in the special election. Over 60% of the voters were a yes in favor of the redistricting. The passing of Prop 50 may flip 5 Republican seats in Congress to instead favor the Democrats.
Prop 50 is not about drawing lines on a map. It is about holding the line to what makes us who we are.
Currently, there are 9 Republican seats representing California in the House. California's proposal for the new district may flip 5 of them. Those GOP Congress members from Rockland, Chico, Corona, Hanford, and Escondido may face a harder re-election with the redistricting. This is to offset the redistricting in Texas to flip Democratic seats, a request made by President Trump to strengthen the GOP voice in the House of Representatives for next year's midterm election.
California was not the only state holding a pivotal election this week. Here's a look at the major races across the United States. Democrat Zohran Mamdani beat former governor of New York Andrew Cuomo. Mamdani is the youngest mayor-elect in New York. Cuomo ran as an independent and had the backing of President Trump.
Congratulations to Zohran Mamdani. That is not right.
Although not as widespread as voting during the presidential election years, these races are offering insight into the party's strength ahead of the highly anticipated 2026 midterm elections this time next year. What was election night like here in Fresno County? Those who chose to turn in their ballots in person showed up with lines wrapping around polling sites. Then there was a question of where were the federal monitors the president sent to our county?
Chase Merigian is live at the election warehouse in downtown Fresno. He was out there last night and can give us a glimpse into the atmosphere of our local election night. Chase?
I'm live here at the Fresno County Elections Warehouse off East Hamilton Avenue, where thousands upon thousands of ballots are still being counted right now. I know in the greater scheme of California, about 60% voted in favor of Prop 50, but here in Fresno, it's actually very close. I believe it's about close to 150 votes difference in favor of Prop 50. I know a lot of politicians in California here, especially the red, were really banking on that middle of the pack voter base. And it looked still in the polls like yes was going to win. Now we're seeing that as of 5 a.m. this morning, there is about 0.1% difference in votership. Let's take a look at what it was like last night at the warehouse.
The Central Valley could be considered one of the key battlegrounds in the struggle between Republicans and Democrats here in California. Fresno County Elections Clerk James Coos says our region is a mixed bag of political opinions.
Half the county could easily be described as rural, but then we also have the major metropolitan area of Fresno and Clovis. So it's a very, very mixed situation in Fresno.
During the final hours before voting closed, the atmosphere was mostly calm downtown at the elections office, in spite of the contentious race finally coming to a head.
I'm here in downtown Fresno on Kern Street at the Fresno County Elections Office, where voters have 10 minutes left to get their ballots in. Some people are opting for the drive-through option, which is very convenient for some, while others are walking in and getting their ballot in the old-fashioned way.
Workers were tirelessly counting ballots as the last of the voters came in to participate in this election. Some Fresno County voters made an effort to show up and perform their civic duty at the last moment, even with a busy schedule. This election means a great deal to locals like Jocelyn Espinoza.
I feel like with everything that's been going on in the community, everywhere, all across the nation, it's very important to speak up and have a voice for those who don't have one. And coming from a Mexican household, first generation, I make sure to make myself present and pave the path for those who aren't able to.
Live at the Fresno County Elections Warehouse, I'm Chase Merigian, Fresno State Focus.
And this whole election happened under the backdrop of a government shutdown. We are now on day 36, the longest government shutdown in the history of the United States. Government officials are talking about this shutdown ending sometime this week, though. A stopgap funding bill will be voted on by the senators.
The city of Fresno could contribute about $250,000 to the largest food bank in the county to help make up for the loss of SNAP benefits because of this government shutdown. About 72,000 people in the Central Valley rely on SNAP benefits, according to the Fresno Bee. Because of the funding issues in this government shutdown, people around California are taking action. Some are offering food discounts at food places like farmers markets. Others are donating food and money to food banks and kitchens. The Fresno City Council plans to vote tomorrow to allocate funds for their Central California Food Bank.
Students are safer after coming here to the studio last Friday for a media safety and awareness training. This free event saw members of the Operational Strategic Innovations Group, or OSIG, give expert-level advice on how to stay safe both in person and online. One of the major points brought up was situational awareness and how it can tie with working in media.
It is predominantly framed as a safety thing, and it is, and it should be, but there's other pieces of this that can be really helpful and beneficial. So it's one of those things that I hope more people will become aware of,
Being aware of your surroundings and noticing patterns was a huge part in learning to become a safer and more protected person. The event was hosted by the Radio, Television, Digital News Association in hopes of addressing safety concerns among media professionals. Coming up, we take a look on how the Student Health Center is helping students look past the scale in their fitness journey.
Plus, we see the fun festivities at a festival here on campus.
The clouds are here and they brought some rain, but will they stay? Find out more during your Focus on Weather coming up right after the break.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
Welcome back. I'm Finley Pendergast with your Focus on Weather. Let's take a look at that beauty shot just outside of Bob Bennett Stadium. We see the clouds rolling in. Now, I know baseball is a ways away, but you know what is here? Those clouds and the rainy season. Let's take a look at that national satellite and see what's going on around the country. We see that system over on the West Coast, and also the Northeast. We see precipitation all the way up there in the New York area. Let's take a closer look at our neck of the woods on that western satellite. Now, we did see some action over here earlier this morning, and the rain stopped just a couple of minutes ago, and we do see storms moving over there in Oregon and Washington. What about today's highs? Now, we see mid-60s as we push lower down into the Central Valley. We have, again, to those 70s, Hanford 71, Visalia 71, and Porterville with the high of 73. How about tonight's lows? We see some mid-50s across the board when you're coming home from school or work. Make sure you got a jacket with you because it is pretty chilly. How about the air quality? We got good to moderate around the Central Valley. Sequoia National Park leading the way with that good air quality. And let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Now today we did see some showers, and that storm system is moving away from us. So by the weekend we're going to see some sun. And then those clouds will be returning without the rain. So when you're over at the Veterans Day Parade, it will be a little bit cloudy. Now, before Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica, it was a beautiful and vibrant island. After the hurricane passed, much of western Jamaica is in survival mode, gathering clean water for their community. They're using a pipe that is connected to the sea as their source to get water. Houses, clothes, and the bare necessities have been destroyed. Even if a house was still standing, the hurricane destroyed the windows, causing water and sand to get inside. That's been your Focus on Weather. Back to you at the desk, Ryan.
Student success can be easily measured if you use the right tools. Fresno State offers students a place to gather, connect, and learn how they can use success through technology. The event offered interactive showcases, hands-on workshops, and the connections with technology experts, such as Grammarly and Adobe. Many insights were shared throughout the event that talked about the importance of technology, specifically AI use.
So I think it's really important to learn about it and to understand it. Maybe not use it if you don't think that it's a tool that you need, but you need to know about it.
And food were also included. This event helped students learn how to use technology not only as a tool, but as a partner.
The Craig School of Business hosted the first ever Level Up event here on campus. Students who met with professionals in various industries, building connections, and working professionals in the community came out to help students like you get ready for life after graduation. From professional headshots to one-on-one resume reviews, business majors hope to leave a great impression on these potential employers.
I hope to build connections and hopefully land an internship for the summer in finance or sales.
If you are interested in these events and building your social network, visit Fresno State on Instagram for weekly internship and career opportunities.
Yesterday, there was testing for free body competition at the Student Recreation Center this month. These tests help with tracking your fitness levels more accurately. Plus, you can get a quick and personalized insight from a fitness expert. The Rec Center is offering free snacks to participants who complete the testing. Students can check out this event on the first Tuesday of every month until December 2nd.
Many students struggle to understand their health, focusing on only the weight or body mass index. Marvin Rodriguez shows us the Student Health Center is helping students get a fuller picture of their health and taking control of their fitness goals.
At Fresno State, the Student Health Center is helping students take a closer look at their health beyond just weight and BMI.
It helps them with their physical health goals, eating healthy, their exercise program, things like that. So that's something we wanted to offer them.
A lot of students just look at their weight to judge their fitness, but that's not the whole story, is it? Here at the Rec Center, you can get a quick body scan where you can get your BMI and body fat percentage to better understand your health, as well as setting achievable goals just for you.
It's fast, it's quick, it's easy, it's perfect.
The test uses a handheld device that measures body fat through bioelectrical impedance, giving students a better idea of their overall body composition. The Health Center can also help students turn the results into actions, like improving nutrition or maintaining a fitness routine.
Oftentimes students will come to the body comp testing and they will say, hey, maybe, I am, according to this, maybe I'm over or underweight, for example, or I'd like to change my body composition. Weight on the scale could be muscle or, it could be fat. So looking at body composition gives you something else to look at. So we can turn that into actionable items.
Students leave the testing with real personalized insights. And for many, seeing the numbers firsthand is eye-opening.
See my actual body fat percentage that's less compared to what I thought it was is liberating.
Students can get tested the first Tuesday of every month or make an appointment through the Student Health Center. I'm Marvin Rodriguez, Fresno State Focus.
There are a lot of other events going on around campus this week. Here's Ronan Vanti with the rundown.
What started as a simple idea a few years ago is now a fun and free event to show appreciation for what the Valley has to offer. The Valley's annual Whole Vine Festival was Saturday, right here on campus. There was a mix of activities including live music, free snacks, a relaxing wine garden, and even a petting zoo.
What a great afternoon to just come out and enjoy a free event in the community, see all kinds of different things that are being offered, enjoy some free grapes, and maybe try some new wines, and yeah, just a really great atmosphere out here.
This is one of the many fun events that take place here on campus throughout the year. From wine to community spirit, the whole wine festival proves there's always something growing up on campus. Walking around campus, you might notice orange and gold flowers. Those are called marigolds, and they are part of the Day of the Dead celebration. Jasmine Alvarado shows us the deeper meaning behind the holiday and the marigold flowers.
Just 3 days ago,
beautiful marigold flowers filled people's yards, cemeteries, and local streets for Dia de los Muertos. And those flowers are more than just a plant. They're symbolism in Mexican culture for the sun, joy, and happiness.
While death isn't something that is celebrated, it does bring people together, especially on Dia de los Muertos. Everyone comes with these marigold flowers, placing them on the graves of their loved ones in order to invite them back to the land of the living.
Recently, marigold flower fields have risen in popularity, making for the perfect photo opportunity. Local business owners say it's a privilege to be able to share one's culture with the rest of the world in this way.
Es algo muy satisfactorio para mí mirar tantas personas, y no nada más gente mexicana, sino viene mucho de otra raza a conocer esto, como que tienen mucha curiosidad de conocer qué es esto.
And while death is something sad, those in the Mexican Catholic community turn it into a celebration of life 2 days a year. On November 1st and 2nd, cemeteries come alive with music, family gatherings, and enchantingly decorated graves to create an ofrenda. An ofrenda is an altar where a loved one's photo is placed along with candles, marigold flowers, and the individual's favorite things. After Dia de los Muertos, the marigold flowers do eventually die, but this spirit remains alive in everyone's hearts. Reporting in Fresno, I'm Jasmine Alvarado, Fresno State Focus.
If you want to celebrate Day of the Dead, you can look forward to it again next November. For commuters, morning classes may mean an early alarm and an empty stomach. Events like Good Morning Commuters look to help change that. Every first Wednesday morning of the month, Off-Campus Student Life offers free breakfast items for students from 7:30 to 9:30. This morning, pan dulce, coffee, and orange juice was available. Students are only required to sign in by scanning a QR code to enjoy the food.
Provide them with a sense of like, hey, we see you, we're here to provide for you in any way that we can. And so it's always nice seeing them walking around enjoying like a pastry or like a breakfast item.
Students are also entered into a raffle to win prizes. To stay up to date on events, follow up their Instagram at OCSL Program. The Phoebe Conley Art Gallery's hosted graduate student exhibition. Jose Angel Estrada and Cassandra Murillo have their exhibits on display showing unique and powerful messages. Murillo focuses her work around the idea of patriarchy and how it feels suffocating for her. The deer that appears in her art represents humans, but is meant to drape a fable-like theme to the traumatic messages. Estrada's pieces tackle a different topic. His art takes a look at isolation and how he found it as an escape. He used metaphorical masks to protect himself from negative feelings he faced in life.
I really like the masks so far. They're all, I think, bronze cast. So it's really cool to see like Jose Estrada's work, to see how they all kind of fall apart.
Both artists had a variation of sculptures, drawings, and other forms of art that encapsulates months' worth of work. The exhibit will be on display until November 14th and is open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4.
Country line dancing is getting popular these days. Open up your TikTok feed and you'll see a lot of people showing off their moves. Reporter Sarah Hernandez explores the popularity and shows you where you can learn how to do this yourself.
Right, left, shuffle, right, rock on the quarter, shuffle, crossover, right.
See, line dancing isn't hard. Starting slow, like these dancers, is the best way to learn. Classes like this are bringing new faces to the dance floor and to the bar.
It's a huge impact because, like I said, the DJ puts stuff out there, people that have never heard of Jimbos before. So we've got this new app that we've been following, and it gives us a breakdown of what the age group is that comes in.
Tonight's group is not only learning the shuffle step, they're also just having fun. Tammy Pemberton, a line dancing instructor at Jimbos, has seen this growth as positive, not only for dancers, but also instructors.
Now there's like 5 or 6 instructors, which is really super cool to see the growth of that and to see other people enjoying it enough so they want to teach it to other people too.
Line dancing has grown significantly here in the Central Valley and can be a great exercise. But with such limited space here in the Central Valley, sometimes it can get crowded very, very quickly. So crowded that these instructors are finding bigger dance floors to hold more people.
I think it's an untapped market that hasn't, I think I'm
one of the only people that I know that's even tried it, that's even tried to venture out of a bar or a restaurant.
She also teaches in a warehouse, but here at this bar, line dancing is still wildly popular. In sneakers or boots, people are still stomping their way into a growing pastime. In Clovis, Sarah Hernandez, Fresno State Focus.
You can find tutorials online or you can find them on Instagram, a couple opportunities in the Central Valley to learn how to dance. Have you ever been line dancing before?
I know you're thinking, you don't look like a line dancer, Isaac. And you would be right, because I am not a line dancer. I've never been. It's just not my cup of tea. How about you?
I have a couple times. I have not since turning 21. I know some cool bars that I've been looking at to go to. So I'm definitely excited to go to those now.
What kind of songs are in line dancing?
It's a little mixture of everything. A lot of Pitbull. There's a lot of Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide?
A lot of Mr. Worldwide. Yes. And you sprinkle a little Spanish music in there also too.
Okay, yeah.
Which I feel like those ones are, in my opinion, a little bit easier to dance to.
Yeah. I have been to Spanish functions, but I see it on my TikTok all the time. I open up my phone and I don't got it on me, but it's probably there right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely could open it up and in a couple scrolls, there's somebody dancing.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely going to be somebody dancing.
You know what, Ryan? What are you doing after the show?
Shoot, let's go line dancing.
Let's go line dancing, yeah.
Coming up in sports, women's basketball won in a dominant fashion.
And we look at an international athlete in the hockey club. Stay tuned for your focus on sports.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit down in my toes. Hey, down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit up in my head, deep in my heart, down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit all over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart.
I'm Jasmine Alvarado with your Focus on Sports. So we start off with the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 8-0, the team's best in franchise history, after defeating the Clippers 126-107. SGA has scored 20 or more points in 80 straight games, the third longest in NBA history. And the Bulls are off to a surprising start, currently at 6-1, defeating the 76ers by just 2 points yesterday. And the Lakers are off to a hot start because of Luka Doncic, who scored 165 points in the first 4 games of the season, the most since Will Chamberlain in the 1962-1963 season. They're set to take on the Spurs tonight at 7. And now moving on to the pros. Now moving on from the pros to college. At Fresno State, there are 2 more opportunities to get a look at the 2025 softball team. Tonight at 6, the Dogs will be playing Fresno City at the Margie Wright Diamond. The Dogs will play 10 innings after tonight. There is only 1 more game of the fall schedule. The Dogs wrap up the fall season at home against the Folsom Lake on November 7th at 3. And the McCarthy era has officially begun. The Lady Dogs were first in a doubleheader against Fresno Pacific. The Dogs dominated from the opening tip with a fast-paced offense and a smothering defense. The Thunderbirds were only up to 6 points at halftime, but the Dogs didn't let up in the second half, ending the game, forcing 11 turnovers. And Coach Ryan McCarthy wants energy to be the team's focus.
My effort is always going to be the same as my players. However hard they play, that's exactly what I'm going to bring as a head coach for them and give them my time and whatever way that I can teach them a way to gain advantage in a game.
The Dogs beat the Thunderbirds 87-38 behind sophomore guard Danae Powell and senior Jason Gamble, 18 points apiece. The Dogs are preparing for their first road trip this season against CSU Bakersfield. The game is set for November 7th with tip-off at 6:30. And year 2 of the Vance Wahlberg era is underway. In the second game of the doubleheader, it was more of the same. The Dogs dominated Fresno Pacific 88-51. Clemson transfer Jake Heidbreder led the Bulldogs with 19 points. And the Dogs shot 58.9% from the field. It was the Dogs' best shooting performance since playing Pacific in 2023. Coach Wahlberg knows that the team will have an impact.
So you're going to see different people jump in. And again, I know I have a core of 4 or 5 guys that I know I can count on. The key is what's the next 4 going to be able to do for us. And it may change each game.
The Dogs are looking to continue their strong start to the season tonight at 6 against USC Upstate at the Save Mart Center. And ice hockey may not be popular here in the Central Valley, but Chelsea Broderick tells us that did not stop one Canadian native from leaving his home and playing for Fresno State's Ice Hockey Club.
From blizzards to the scorch of the Central Valley, this Fresno State athlete is making his mark with ice hockey. Pacey Nelson shares the cultural differences in what it is like growing up in Canada versus what it is like here in Fresno.
It's really different. Like in Canada, a lot of people, like you said, like hockey's like everywhere. But coming here, and I think the biggest difference is a lot of people not being exposed to hockey. Like even saying like at Fresno, we have a hockey team.
Nelson has full support from his family and friends back home.
And my family, especially my mom, was really supportive, and my brother, they were excited for me because it's something new. Because I've been playing hockey for many years, and I played in different spots in America, and I haven't been to school for college yet, so this is my first year, so it was really new, but my mom was really supportive.
Right now, I am inside the Gateway Ice Center, and right behind me, you can see the Fresno State hockey team hard at work. Now, you can probably see my breath, right? Well, in Canada, they may be accustomed to it, but right here in the Central Valley, we are not. So if you come out here and come and watch the hockey team, go ahead and zip up your sweatshirts and bundle up. Team culture is important to the club, and forward Coleman Hyatt ensures they set great examples.
It's different culture. It's fun to learn the culture. Like we have a Canadian kid, so it's all different.
This club allows Nelson to pursue his passion of the game, whether that's to our friends of the North or right here in the Valley. Chelsea Broderick, Fresno State Focus.
You can learn more about the club, latest events, and game days by visiting Fresno State Ice Hockey on Instagram. That's been your Focus on Sports. Back to you, Ryan and Isaac.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, we take a look at how chasing the American dream is still alive today.
Plus, we examine the 50-year anniversary of the Vietnam War.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next week.